This will be the last manifestation video you ever have to watch because we're going to remove the #1 biggest obstacle that is keeping you from your desires. We're going to cover what manifestation really is. And at the end, I'm going to teach you a simple formula that will allow you to manifest everything you need in order to express the highest version of yourself. Now, I remember when The Secret came out, it was an awesome movie, but it left me a lot of questions as to what the law of attraction was all about. It seemed like all I needed to do was sit in the corner of a room, meditate, and feel great, and then the house, the car, the money, the lover would just come beating a path to my door. Now, there's a kernel of truth to this, but The Secret wasn't designed to give us everything we needed to become master manifestors. It was designed to open a door, and it left out a critical piece of information, which is the reason people struggle to manifest what they really want. You see, manifestation is not making things that don't exist appear out of thin air. It's about changing your energetic frequency so that you can perceive what's always been there. What in the heck are you smoking, Ramon? Well, listen, everything is energy. There's nothing solid and real in the universe. And even the things that you consider to be material objects like this chair is nothing more than energy vibrating at a very slow frequency. You see, we live in a three-dimensional reality, and in this reality, we use our senses to navigate around. You know, we see, we hear, we smell, we taste, we feel. And guess what? Those senses that make everything feel so real are actually just translations of energy transduced in the brain. For example, your eyes are picking up the light from this video. They're transmitting that signal through the optic nerve to the brain. And your brain transduces that information onto the screen of your mind. This gives you an illusion of sight. And if you want more information on this, I recommend The Holographic Universe. It's a fantastic book. All right, Ramon, but what are you yammering about? Let's get to the manifestation. Well, because everything is energy, and because energy is measured in frequency, and all frequency carries information, just like different radio stations carry different tunes, and because there are an infinite number of frequencies, there are literally an infinite number of realities that exist right now, because everything is here and everything is now. That means that at an energetic level, there's a reality that exists right now where you already have your dream body, you already have your lover, you already have the money that you want, the dream job, you name it. It all exists. But here's where the big catch is. You can only perceive what you are the vibration of. You know, it's like when the Chargers blew a 27-0 lead in the playoffs. I was in a terrible mood. And my wife, lovely as she is, tries to come by and cheer me up. She's singing me songs, she's whistling Dixie, and I didn't want to have any of it because I wasn't on that vibration. And it's the same thing. If you're in a good mood and somebody wants to come by and tell you all their problems, you say, bless you, but go find someone else to tell your sad story to. So going back to the radio analogy, it's like you can't receive the music on 91.5 if your station is tuned to 103.7. In other words, you can't have your dial tuned to anxiety and receive peace. You can't tune your dial to lack and receive abundance. You can't tune your station to loneliness and attract a soulmate, even though all of those stations exist right now. You can only perceive the station that you're tuned to. And the second you tune your dial to that station, you begin receiving what's on that station, or the reality that is in harmony with that station. So I want you to put in the comments, I tune my frequency to my desires. Now, when I first watched The Secret, I was living in a studio apartment, I was drinking and smoking every day, and I was a complete mess. But through grace, through studying the ancient and contemporary masters, and through understanding, everything changed. And it doesn't matter where you are right now, everything will shift for you instantly when you start doing what we're going to talk about in just a second. So we understand that all realities already exist. We understand that everything is energy, and we understand that in order to attract new circumstances into your life, we got to change our energetic frequency. Now, just a word of caution, here's where people stop. They throw in the towel before they even get started. Their mind takes over and they say, this sounds like a lot of work, Ramon. I'm just going to go binge Netflix. You know, it's too difficult to change. I've always been this way. My mom was that way. And I struggled with this for years. But here's the truth, and this is so powerful. You're already changing billions of times per second. You see, your three-dimensional reality is actually an illusion. Remember how we talked about how these vibrational frequencies are transduced in the brain? We don't actually see or experience anything except what's going on inside of us. And using Bashar's analogy, it's like watching one of those old movies with the film strips. You see, you have billions of these still static images that when you run them through the projector, through the light, you get this illusion of continuity, this illusion of space and time. But the truth is, each one of these static images has a completely different you inside of it. I know this is heady and trippy, just stay with me. The truth is that fundamentally you are changing billions of times a second. If you think about it from a neuroscience standpoint, neuroplasticity shows that your brain is reorganizing itself in countless ways every single second. And your trillions of cells are replicating, they're dying off, they're changing every single second. So you're literally not the same person that you were a half a second ago. Literally. Once you understand that you're already shifting your vibrational frequency billions of times a second, then it's just about being aware how you're shifting and being more intentional about where you're shifting towards. Deciding to shift to a frequency that is commensurate with the reality that you prefer. Once you become aware of this, once you start to experience this, everything will shift for you. Now, what's the process? How do you actually do this? Well, the first step is to become aware of your subconscious beliefs. As we've mentioned in previous videos, what you believe to be true dictates everything. Your beliefs influence your thoughts influence your emotions, and your thoughts and emotions dictate your vibrational frequency. I want you to put in the comments, I think and feel as the highest version of myself. You see, your beliefs dictate everything, and your beliefs, for the most part, are subconscious. That means you're not aware that you even have these beliefs. Remember when you were a kid, if you grew up in the West, you believed that Santa Claus was real, and then one day you saw your dad sneaking presents under the tree and you said, wait a second, if there's any area in your life that isn't working the way that you would like it to, the chances are you have a belief around that topic that are keeping you from experiencing the thoughts and emotions that would lead you to have the vibrational frequency of already having that quality. I've created a program called the Subconscious Reset that will take you through step by step and help you identify, eliminate, and change your subconscious beliefs so that you begin attracting what you really desire. People are attracting $1,000 clients, and you can download this for free by clicking the link in the description. Once you've started to uncover your subconscious beliefs and you've started to let them go, now we can be very intentional with what we want to manifest. And the way to do that is to know exactly what you want to manifest and live in the state of having already achieved it. Remember, your thoughts and your feelings help you to emanate an electromagnetic field that extends beyond your body and that is connected to everyone, everything, and everywhere in every time, because everything is energy. When you act from a state of having already manifested your desires, you're no longer in a state of wanting. You're in a state of having. These are two totally different feelings. If you want something, by definition, you don't have it. If you accept the fact that vibrationally you already have it, and you begin acting as if you already have it, then you're broadcasting this new frequency, and everything that you want will come to you. Now, I remember doing this with our house. We were in a 2-bedroom apartment, barely paying the bills. Then COVID hits. All the tennis courts are locked down, which is the way that I was making money at the time. And suddenly, I was up you-know-what creek without a paddle. But my wife and I manifested this home by meditating every single day, by seeing ourselves living in this house to the point where it felt so real that one day I got a call from a buddy, said he met a woman that I coached 9 years ago on the court right behind you, and now we live in the house. Okay, once we've gained this understanding, we begin to remove our subconscious blocks. The last piece of this is to begin to act. Now, people say, where does action fit into all of this? Do I just need to close my eyes and meditate? No, because we live in a 3-dimensional reality, and physical action is the language that's expressed in 3-dimensional reality. But it's not the way that you think. It's not about going out and making things happen and grinding away. And sure, you can do that stuff, and that might help you. But the truth of the matter is, we want to act on the things that we are most excited about. We want to do things that really light us up because that raises our energetic frequency. And remember, everything is about energy and frequency. When you act on the things that are most exciting to you, the things that you're most passionate about, and you do it without an attachment to any sort of outcome, you open the doors for the infinite ways that the universe can bring you exactly what you need in order to express the next most exciting thing in your life. That's the only thing the universe can bring you when you're in that state. So I want you to put in the comments, I act on my highest passion every moment that I can. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to download the Subconscious Reset. It's really going to help you begin to manifest all the things that you desire. And if you want more videos like this, just watch this one next. I think it'll really help you. Love you. Talk to you soon.